Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is the second card in this weekly series using the Painted Lavender suite. And the greeting and the die for the greeting are from the Something Fancy set. It comes with gorgeous dies to do the labels with, and this is the die that I used. So what I've done on this one is I've got a piece of the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper on a basic white card base. And then I stamped and cut out the lavender stalks. And I've put them on a piece of vellum cut with one of the Stylish Shapes dies. Just put on point to make it a diamond shape. And I really liked this, but I thought that it was just a little bit plain here. So we're going to do the card again, just a little bit differently. I've already cut out the flowers for it. So what I've got is a Highland Heather background base card and a 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 piece of basic white, and then the 5 1/4 by 4 piece of Designer Series paper, so that we get that little narrow margin all the way around. Now the reason I didn't cut the paper down is because the vellum piece fits exactly across this point to point. So I didn't cut it down, I just did the super narrow border instead. So I wanted to show you how I did the flowers, because I've used Highland Heather and I've used Gorgeous Grape. So I took the wider or fuller stem of flowers and I stamped it down. And then I took the Highland Heather, or took the Gorgeous Grape with the more slender stem of flowers, and I met up the two bottom pieces, the little V's at the bottom, and then stamped it over top. And because I felt it looked kind of floating in space this way, when I first did this, I've stamped the greenery, the stem on these anyway, and then cut it out, and then cut out the stem as well. So I'm just layering the stem up into the flower like that. So it looks like the stem's going up into the flowers instead of it just getting cut off. But I did that, and then I cut them out. You can see there's a little bit of the soft sea foam on the bottom here. And then I cut out the stems as well. So you could trim this up and use this as it is, or again, die cut out this piece here, and then die cut out the stems as well. So let's go ahead and build this card. So I'll just leave that there so you've got it as a reference for size. Ooh. Just when you think it's not going to start, there it goes. So again, a 5 1/4 by 4 card base, or sorry, this is the 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 mat that we're going to put down. So you've got that little narrow border all the way around, and then we've got the 5 1/4 by 4 mat. So again, we're putting the 5 1/4 by 4, and I am way out of frame again. I apologize. I'm pop that up there. You can still see it. Pop this into frame, and we're just going to pop this down again, those really narrow borders all the way around like that. So already it's got a little bit more definition than the original card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a stripe of adhesive down the center of the vellum piece, and I'm putting the vellum piece right in the middle towards the top, maybe not that quite that far up at the top, like that. There we go. Now you can see the adhesive through here, but we're not worried about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the flowers and then pop one of the stems on, and I'm going to make this a taller stem. So I'm just going to put it to that first piece there, and then I'm going to flat mount it onto the base here like that. So it covers up that adhesive that we can see. And we're not going to worry about that. That'll be fine. So on these ones, I'm going to make the stems just a little bit shorter. I'm going to put them right down to this kind of last leaf or last little stem. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on. These are the mini dimensionals. You could use the full-size dimensionals and just cut them in half if you wanted to. And I managed to get 2 going here instead of just the 1. So we're just going to peel that one off. And then this kind of crisscrosses like this. And we're going to do the same again with this one, the third one. We're going to layer it up so that last stem, that first one, is what we see. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the flower like that. And then just peel those off. And this one will come over this way. So you get a nice kind of cross here with your pieces. And then we're taking the happy birthday that we stamped in Gorgeous Grape with the Something Fancy stamp, and then cut it out with one of the Something Fancy dies. And we're going to put that on the right way up, but we're going to put it right across the bottom there, like that. You can add some bling if you want to, but I found with the fairly busy background that I liked it just letting the flowers do the speaking. So that is our card, and I have to say I like this a little bit better than just the plain white piece, but you can do whatever you like to do. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.